Fake news. According to the president, it's even more dangerous than Mexicans. But usually, when President Trump says fake news, what he's referring to is real news that he just doesn't like. You know, like news that his campaign colluded with Russia, or news that Eric is his son. But this weekend, there were two stories that were at least fake-ish. And the first story broke on Thursday night. BuzzFeed reported that President Trump directed his lawyer, Michael Cohen, to lie to Congress. And this report was a huge bombshell, because lying to Congress is definitely an impeachable offense. But just as Democrats were about to impeach the mother, Robert Mueller stepped in to set the record straight.
Breaking news, a rare and stunning move from the special counsel tonight. Robert Mueller's team disputing an explosive BuzzFeed report alleging the president told Michael Cohen to lie to Congress.
You have the special counsel essentially for the first time putting out a public statement. We almost never hear from Robert Mueller's office.
When you say rare, boy, there has not been a time when the special counsel has gone out of its way to publicly challenge a media report.
That's right. Robert Mueller, a.k.a. Mr. Witch Hunt himself, released a statement saying the BuzzFeed story about Michael Cohen was not accurate. And this is a huge deal, because you realize Mueller never comments on anything. And it also means that Robert Mueller reads BuzzFeed, which means he takes those quizzes, which makes me wonder what Hogwarts house he's in. I mean, it's probably Gryffindor, or no, probably Ravenclaw, yeah. Imagine if he's in Hufflepuff, that would be so weird. Sorry, where was I? Anyway, special counsel Robert Mueller, he just popped out like God in the Bible. Came out of nowhere, said something cryptic, and left everyone trying to figure out what it means. And for Trump, it means that he has a new best friend.
I appreciate the special counsel coming out with a statement last night. I think it was very appropriate that they did so. I very much appreciate that.
Really? Really, Trump? After 2 years of slamming Mueller, one friendly statement from him, and all of a sudden Trump is cool with him? I think now Mueller knows how to get Trump to testify. He should be like, Mr. President, I need to interview you. And Trump be like, no. Be like, hey, have you been working out? Be like, meet me at 3:30 behind the KFC. I'll tell you everything. Now, even though Robert Mueller of House Ravenclaw disputed the BuzzFeed story, BuzzFeed and its reporters are not backing down.
BuzzFeed reporter Anthony Cormier, who contributed to the piece, is defending the story as solid and accurate.
I have further confirmation that this is right. We're being told to stand our ground. Our reporting is going to be borne out to be accurate, and we're 100% behind it.
The editor-in-chief of BuzzFeed News said he is eager to get more details from the special counsel's office on what portions of the story it's disputing as inaccurate.
Oh, I see what you're doing, BuzzFeed. This is slick, But Robert Mueller is not going to tell you exactly what you got wrong in your story. But it's a sneaky way to try and get revealing information, You just publish whatever you want, and then you try to get Mueller to correct you. We've heard that Trump paid Putin in Bitcoin to hack the elections. Mueller's like, it wasn't Bitcoin, it was cash. Damn it! Well played, BuzzFeed. You got me. So the truth is, we still can't make heads or tails of this story. Which part is inaccurate? Is it the whole thing? Is it a sentence? Is it a semicolon? When do you even use those things? How do they work? We don't know. What we do know is the media got something wrong in the story because Robert Mueller doesn't speak for no reason. The guy never speaks. Like, we don't even know what he sounds like. You ever think about that? Like, he could have a booming voice like God. Maybe he sounds like Mickey Mouse. We don't know. Yeah, he could come out with his report and be like, oh boy, obstruction of justice. We have no clue. Wouldn't it be hilarious if we found out Robert Mueller had a Jamaican accent? Like, the whole time we didn't know, and then he just comes out and is like, I now find tons of collusion between Trump and them Russians. This concludes the investigation. Blah. But you're going to do nothing, Congress, because them got a Republican Senate, you bomber clad. Mueller out! It would be amazing. So, after BuzzFeed sent cable news into a frenzy, the lesson was, don't rush to report stories you haven't confirmed yourself. And really, I don't think it's just the news media that needs to be more skeptical, because there was another story that went viral online this weekend, and it turns out we all got this one wrong.
The video is from Friday's Indigenous Peoples March in Washington. Now, the students from Covington Catholic High School can be seen jeering and chanting at a drummer who is an elder from the Omaha tribe.
The viral video sweeping the internet of a mob of MAGA hat-wearing high school students surrounding a Native American chanting and drumming in the nation's capital.
It is disturbing.
Students mocking a Native American man.
Some of them harassing and jeering at a Native American elder.
The situation came to a head when that young man there, wearing a Make America Great Again hat, got right in his face and didn't move.
Now, I'm not going to lie. When I saw this story, I was horrified. I was like, I can't watch something so disrespectful to Native Americans. I'm just going to watch the Chiefs game instead. But this story set cable news and social media alight, right? A group of MAGA hat-wearing teenagers surrounded and harassed a Native American elder. And the story got so big that even the mayor of the student's hometown denounced them. And not in like a cool Bart Simpson denouncing way, like real denouncing. And then more video of the incident came out.
New video has emerged giving a different perspective and a deeper look at a controversial encounter between a white high school student and an elderly Native American man.
A different video surfaced Sunday that showed what happened before the encounter. A radical group of protesters called Black Hebrew Israelites taunted the boys for more than an hour with racist and homophobic abuse.
A bunch of incest babies. A bunch of babies made out of incest. That's Make America Great Again. A bunch of child molesting.
Because we were being loudly attacked and taunted in public, a student asked one of our teacher chaperones for permission to begin school spirit chants to counter the hateful things that were being shouted at our group. And they do. At one point, a student removes his shirt and the chants drown everything out. 2 minutes later, you hear a drum beat. The kids dance to it. They began chanting along. Phillips, a Vietnam veteran, walks around. Other students avoid him until you see him come face to face with the student who has now gone viral.
So you see, all of a sudden, with a little more information, the story is not as clear-cut. It's not a simple story about one person being a dick to someone. It's a complex story about a group of people being dicks to each other. Because yes, it is true that that kid had a smug look on his face that made you want to take him over the knee and spank him with his own lacrosse stick. But it's not true that he and his crew surrounded the Native American, right? The Native American got in his face. And also, a big part of the story everyone missed initially was that the kids only started chanting in response to a weird religious cult who were also there shouting slurs at them. So the point is, if people waited for one day before diving in, they would have realized that there is more to the story than they initially thought. And look, I know it's easy to get caught up in news stories that hit a nerve, but I think everyone would benefit if we all just slow down at times, you know? You don't always have to be first. It's more important to be right. So news media, just breathe, right? People on social media, breathe. That guy at Fox News in charge of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg button, breathe. And most importantly, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, please breathe.